All right, we will call the Plan Commission meeting to order. Everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
Yes. I will move to approve.
Okay, second.
We got a motion second to approve the minutes. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Presentation by the Hudson physicians. Matt, are you doing it?
I guess so. I don't know. I think people are having a hard time logging in because the meeting must have changed a little bit here. So, but I will take it from here.
Did you, there was a different Zoom connection, right, Emily?
That is correct, but it showed up on the first email.
So I'm just wondering about Matt's folks, though, if they got that.
Yeah, I think it was in the agenda that came out the second time around. So I'm sending it out now. We'll see if they can jump on. Otherwise, I can handle it though. So.
All right.
Man, I'm on. Steve's on.
Oh, okay, great.
Hey, Steve. Oh, now you turned the camera on. Okay.
He's hiding on us.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe I'll give a quick introduction, then Steve can introduce himself as well. Then we'll go from there. How about that? So I'm Matt Brandt. I'm the CEO of Hudson Physicians. Hudson Physicians, just so kind of a general overview, most people probably know, but we see about 160,000 patients a year, located obviously over right next to the hospital. Or we about 50,000 square feet now is our clinic size, and we have a clinic in Baldwin as well. So we're about 40 doctors right now, providers, and different specialties, but mostly in the primary care family practice space. So, Steve, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Sure. Thanks, Matt. Steve Dorgan with Cressa Partners, and Cressa is representing Hudson Physicians in the site acquisition and development for their new location. They've got a partner that'll be joining us here. I think Tim Carlson. I think he's having trouble getting on. I had an email. He's also helping from our company on the acquisition and real estate process for Hudson Physicians, and just want to be here available for any questions you folks may have regarding our proposed project and annexation request.
Everybody have a chance to take a look at it?
Yes.
So one question that I have, I don't think I saw it in the material, is just for perspective purposes, what's your utilization on square footage right now in your current space?
Yeah, we have 50,000 square feet right now, and right now we are actively looking for more space. So as of needing this year, so
right.
We're typically growing at a clip about 2 to 3 doctors a year and need about 1,500 square feet per doctor. So we are expecting that we would like to at least need 60,000 for our main footprint of what we have today. And then, we would want some space for growth. And then obviously we'd like to expand into some other ancillary activities that are, now we're able to do in an outpatient setting that we weren't able to do 20 years ago when we took over the space.
Okay. Well, that's great that you're expanding. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, as you guys know, obviously Hudson and St. Croix County, even with obviously we'll probably have a little bit of hiccup here and then with this, but it's been growing at a pretty good clip, and we've been growing along with it over the years. So.
All right. Any questions, anybody?
Yeah, I do have. I mean, you say you're building with growth in mind, and you need X amount of square feet. How much are you, I'm going to say, overbuilding it with anticipation, or is that to come back later when you need it, when you actually need it, and add on, or I mean, in the scheme of things, I realize I'm making you look ahead here, but I'm just asking the general question.
I think it's a great question. I think when we look at the site, the way we have it laid out, we anticipate that we'd want to build the first building, and we think that first building would be 60 to 80,000 square feet. And then we'd obviously have the second phase of construction be other medical office uses. That would be the second phase for future growth, and or some other tenants and stuff that would want to be involved at that point in time. So we're looking at 60 to 80,000 square feet being our core business and use right away that we'd want to use. And then some maybe ancillary businesses as well, but then also some possible other medical groups that would want to join us.
Do you have any idea as to how much water usage you have? I guess, annexing property, I know we have capacity, but I just, I'm curious as to that, water, sewer, that type of hookup, or is that something the city can come up with, or I don't know. I guess I'm asking the
Yeah, I
question.
guess we would be happy to work with you. I know that we've had a little bit of initial talks about that. And we obviously, as we get more design phase, we'd work with the city to work that with the city. So I don't know, Steve, if you have any comment on that, but
Yeah, we haven't done any calculations on water consumption. It wouldn't be anything in excess of what a typical medical office building would, or even office building would need. And there's uh, no enhanced treatment requirements for the sewer output. But we can, I think it's a standard office use. We can get you calculations if that's
No, just, what we're adding to the system. I want, you'd like to know how much.
right, exactly. And again, I think as we progress further, we'll definitely pull a lot more data and information together regarding the site and the timing of build out and the impact on both the water and the sewer systems.
Okay.
What kind of traffic impact are you anticipating? You got quite a bit of parking on your initial.
I mean, that's one thing that we, from a traffic standpoint, we obviously have a lot today coming by the hospital, so it would send traffic to the other side of the freeway. But the one thing that's nice about building new buildings is we'd have a lot more parking capability and be able to build some parking spaces in.
Well, parking's not my concern. It's getting people in and out, as you're well aware of our issues we have on Carmichael, what we are just initially starting to address now.
Yeah.
But do you know what a traffic count you do have or will have or anticipating?
No, I don't. We haven't done any traffic study pattern or studies on that. I mean, obviously, we are interested in actually developing this along with you guys in Carmichael Road. Obviously, that's a big probably question for us too. Obviously, it's because we do agree that Carmichael Road needs to be revamped. You guys do, and we'd like to be able to do that in conjunction with you.
And if I could add to that, Matt, if you look at our plan that we submitted, and it's again a concept plan, it accommodates the future interchange. So where the new frontage road tees in to the new access road that would go back to the development, and also accommodates and actually probably will granting some land to the city for the new interchange on Carmichael. So we're from a traffic flow and future road, we're going to accommodate what you're proposing. And again, with the next phase of a site plan review by you, if we do go through with the annexation and come in for a site plan, we would have all the required information with traffic counts. And some of that is dependent on how quickly the development occurs. We're showing you the optimal plan, but that may not happen day one. It may be phased in, so the traffic may be eased in as well.
Are you anticipating the WisDOT and their design out there?
The one we have is the actual WisDOT master plan for that interchange.
Can I ask another question? I'd like to know what would be the incremental tax benefit to the city with your facility? What's in place? Are you nonprofit? Are you tax exempt? Does the city get some money for this? If it does that, how does that work?
No, that's a great point. We are not tax exempt, so we pay our property taxes just like anybody else. So,
Okay.
we're a privately held physician group, so we are a full tax paying company. So.
Thank you.
I just want to throw in here that we've been meeting. When I say we, Aaron, Mike Johnson, and I can't remember if Mike Moraz was in on this or not. He may have been. With the physicians 2-3 times, and the last time we met, or 2 times ago, was with WisDOT. They were at the table with us, so everybody was familiar with what was going on, and it was kind of when we were also making the ask to DOT for help with Carmichael and the interchange. And so, yes, WisDOT is well aware of what's going on here and has been included in discussions. That's about as far as I can go, because they really weren't too helpful with trying to help us with a resolution to Carmichael, which is one of the reasons why we had made the decision that we just need to move ahead and put pressure on the state, put pressure on the interchange. And the only way we can do that is to do what we need to do on Carmichael. And that includes the plans here for the Hudson physicians.
Makes
So
sense.
what are they asking of from us today? What do we need to do here?
What they're asking today, and it'll be the next item, is they're looking for an exemption from our moratorium, and so that they can proceed. And staff
So
is
moved.
recommending that.
I'll move that.
I'll
My
second.
question is this. What did we put the moratorium in for?
We put the moratorium in place for a couple reasons. One of which was, and the main, I would like to say probably the main reason was we wanted to do what I just mentioned a minute ago, is put pressure on the state. We have a number of projects that we have on hold right now, and we did not want to proceed with those projects until we had an opportunity to sit down with the state and let them know what the impact of a moratorium might be on development in one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing counties in the state, as well as the economic corridor for the state, coming in from Minnesota and going all the way down to Madison, Milwaukee. So that was the main reason, was to do just that. But also, Kurt, as you know, we've had discussions since last year about slowing down and taking a look at what we're going to do with Carmichael, and so that was secondarily, maybe for some
I
people.
understand all that,
Yeah.
but here we're, what is it, 2 months later? We're looking to throw that aside.
The moratorium went into place in November. And after our discussion with the state, like I said, they weren't responding at all to our need here. We thought that by applying pressure to them, that they would hopefully help us out with our situation on Carmichael. That didn't happen. They're not receptive at all. They're not willing to help at all. So in the meantime, Kurt, what we've done, the city has started with grant applications, and we're going to proceed on our own with Carmichael. So we've got that, it's resolved, essentially, the decision to proceed with Carmichael on our own. And, and at that point then, excuse me, we can accommodate development over on the east side of Carmichael. I know that
that answers my question.
Pardon me?
That answers my question. If we're set to move forward,
Yeah.
then that's great. I just thought we were still waiting for the state. So
The
Nope.
state more or less told us that before they're going to do anything over there at the interchange, there's somebody's going to have to die. That was a question that was asked to them directly. And Matt, you're laughing, but you were there. You heard the answer.
I know. I mean, I think that's where hopefully we can help. Maybe I'm naive in that fact that.
Well, yeah, they can send them right to your facility after the accident. So anyway, that's where we're at with the state, and that's why we're coming in here with this recommendation. Hudson Physicians has been on hold for a while. They came to us last fall, and they had known about the moratorium. And I mean, we put the moratorium in place anyway, knowing that they wanted to do this project, and they were patient, and so that's why they were included as well in that meeting with the state, so that the state could hear directly from one of the entities that had a development project that was on hold.
yeah, okay, thank you. I mean, I'm all for development. I just don't like to do a moratorium and then walk right over it. So
No, I get it. I get it.
Well, the other thing I'd like to comment on that is, there's all types of development, but local development and medical development is kind of in a different class. And I think that deserves a first look, if possible, type of situation. And so on that basis, I'm for medical expansion, and I'm for, if it's especially by our local people, I mean, I'm more.
It's our local physicians.
Right.
Yep.
Right. I'm more for it.
Yep.
And if it does those other things that the mayor says, hey, I'm for, one more reason I'm for it.
Mary Claire, I saw you raising your hand. Did you have a question?
Thank you. Just a quick question. Is there any discussion or thought about repurposing or what would happen with the current facility?
Yeah, I mean, we're working on plans with that. We actually don't think we'll fully vacate this facility. We still have some needs to be close to the hospital as well, to provide some coverage for the hospital. So I think there will be some backfilling of stuff, but it won't be a major backfilling of stuff. This will be mostly for expansion. So.
Okay, great, thank you.
Anybody else? All right, we got a motion second in front of us. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Feel free to continue to watch the rest of the meeting if you'd like.
All
You've got
right.
nothing better to do.
Nothing but fun.
Jump to the river channel.
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
next item, discussion possible action on a downtown design review for 521 2nd Street, Hickory Homes.
All right, so Hickory Holmes submitted an application for approval of installing a wall sign at 521 2nd Street along Main Street there. It'll be a non-lit sign, about 12 square feet in size. Let me pull up quick what they are approving.
Tiffany, quick, did they purchase the building or are they renting?
They purchased it.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I think so.
What was there before?
It was just a vacant storefront before.
Wasn't it a jewelry store?
Was that the
It was a coin shop.
coin shop?
Oh.
Okay, boy, they weren't there long, were they?
A couple years, yeah. So they did purchase it, Tiffany? They're just not renting from them?
You know, I actually don't know. They might be renting it based off this picture now that I'm looking at. So right there, it says for rent. So they might be renting it now, actually.
Yeah,
So-
but there's still snow on the ground, Tiffany, so,
I know, but you never know. Snow
Yeah.
melted a few months ago,
yeah, so they may have
Couple.
bought it by now.
maybe. So yeah, that's what the.
Well, it's Dibble is behind it. We can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then here's what the actual design would look like.
Gee,
So-
that's a nice improvement.
Yeah, nice and simple.
And wall mount.
Yeah.
And walnut, yeah.
Okay. I
Need a
will
motion
move-
for approval?
I will move
Yes,
to
we
approve.
do. Is there anybody else that want any, yeah, is there a
I'll
motion?
second Fred's.
Okay, so we got a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? All those in favor?
I'm
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on a Holiday Station Store downtown design review for 210 2nd Street South, Indigo Sign Works.
All right, so now we're going to finish this one up. So this was initially brought forward in the past to update the freestanding sign at the what used to be the former Freedom gas station is now the Holiday gas station. They pretty much updated every part of that freestanding sign except for the electronic message display board. And the reason why was because they were looking to get it to be a little bit over what our code allows. So code only allows EMDs to be up to 20 square feet. So these guys went to the Board of Appeals on March 5th and got a variance to allow it to be 20.28 square feet. So with that being said, the sign meets all code requirements and staff is recommending approval with all the listed conditions on the issue sheet.
I'll move with.
Randy, you move, okay. Is there a second?
I will second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. That's it. I don't have anything. When's our next meeting, Tiffany? Emily?
It
Is it
is
May 19th?
May 19th.
Okay, so we do have another one this month. All right.
Will that be back at City Hall?
Let's hope.
TBD to be determined.
Okay.
Do you want to meet there, Fred?
Yes, I do.
Why don't Fred, it's not lifted until May 26th at the earliest.
That's really what I was wondering, what the date was. It's the 26th. Okay.
Early, it's the 26th.
Thank you. Thank
That'll
you.
change this week.
We could all wear cowboy hats and masks.
Any friend of Zorro's is a friend of mine.
The mask, I understand, but why the cowboy hat, Fred? What's that about?
I don't know. You don't know cowboys wear masks when they're robbing the bank, you know? I mean, I don't know.
No, okay.
Settle down, settle down,
Quick
settle down.
question.
Mary Claire?
Just a quick question. Is there any updates on the comprehensive plan and kind of where that is at right now?
We just had a meeting on that yesterday, and we're proceeding. You may have gotten a postcard that we just sent out again. I think we got ours over the weekend, asking people to once again, kind of last call to get in online for the survey or pick up a hard copy. I think that they're also going to be doing that at the polls on the 12th, handing out the reminder bookmarks to go online or pick up a hard copy. But in the meantime, we're kind of going piece by piece through some of the subjects. We covered a little bit, just ancillary, and not ancillary, but cursorily, housing, transportation, some
Utilities,
of the stuff, utilities.
And they're gonna start to publish some of that, Mary Claire, for, call it the first take and initial review, and for people to see what, we're coming up with and see, and so it can be changed, amended, altered, before the final draft.
The most disheartening part about what's going on is that we were told by the consultant that their experience has been about a 12% participation rate of citizens. And I think we're at like 3% right now.
So is there a part, the last time we went through this, and Randy would remember, but the Plan Commission was really involved in that process. Is it just different this year and the Plan Commission is not involved and it's just that select group, or?
Well, I can't answer that, Mary Claire. Obviously that was 10 years ago.
Right, but
I
we
was on it
haven't
then,
seen
too.
anything. So is it just the group that's going to be putting it together? And
I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Tiffany or Emily, but I think that the strategy is to get everything done with this committee and then forward it to the Plan Commission, and then the Plan Commission forwards it to the City Council.
Yep. That's right.
and who's on the committee again?
So Jim Weber, Rich, Fred Yorg, myself, Miraz, and Mike Johnson, and Aaron Reeves.
And the consultant.
And then
And the
Bria
consultant.
from SEH.
Yeah.
So it's an all boys team, kind of.
Well, except for Bria.
Bria and myself.
Yeah.
A rose amongst thorns.
Now you want in, don't you, Mary Claire?
Well, it's just a different process, and I just, like I said before, the Plan Commission was integrally involved in it the last time, so I just wanted to understand the update. So thank you.
Yeah, I was on the Planning Commission at the same time, Mary Claire, that we did that.
Mhm.
As
That
was
was
I.
Do we get any advance input, Mr. Mayor?
Fill out a survey, Pat.
I know that, but yeah.
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
Certainly, I don't have any opposition to that at all, and would welcome it, frankly. So we can bring that up at the next meeting, put it on the agenda, and see what's said. How we would accommodate that.
It
That's
should
what-
come to the Plan
Yeah, so
Commission.
that's good.
Yeah.
And that's what I meant by my comments, was that, you guys should start seeing some things that's coming out of this,
Right.
for you to review and kick around and look at.
Yeah.
Do the consultants think the low participation citizen rate is because of currently what's happening, or what's
No.
their experience on this?
Not at all. Not at all. And I really kind of pushed them on that at the meeting, because they have more experience than we do. It's my first one. I'm just wondering, I was curious why they thought we had low participation, and the answer was kind of twofold. Number one is that people are happy with the way things are, and they've got nothing to gripe about. Normally people that are the most vocal are the ones that are griping about something. And the other is that they don't care. So take your pick.
Yeah.
They don't care right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
But still, they've seen a lot happening over the last 10 years, and if they didn't like it, you'd think that they'd be weighing in. So that's why we decided, they'd sent the postcard out the first time 2 months ago, maybe.
Yeah, like about February.
And because of the fact that we have such a low response rate, we decided to send it out again. And it's going out to every household, I think it's for every household, or is it the utility?
Utility billing. And then next week at the polls, they're gonna hand out questionnaires to voters too, if they're asking them to fill them out if they have not.
Right.
So we're trying real hard to get involved because we don't want people to say, hey, well, nobody put anything into this.
Yeah, and that was the other question, or that came up. Another question in the meeting was, have we done everything that we can? And I think the feeling was, even with the consultant, is that we've done more than what was originally anticipated we'd be doing.
I concur.
Anybody else? There a motion?
I move
to
to
adjourn.
adjourn.
Got a motion second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. We stand adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Good to see you all.
Thank you.
Good evening.